finishes bowl an abysmal 1-8. Big Ten, meanwhile, is unbeaten. Bowl season is in the final stretch. 5 games on Monday, including the semifinals, Orange and Rouse, but the verdict is in. The Pac-12 is the worst, at least in terms of conference performance. The Pac-12 turned a dismal 1-8 performance, the worst record of all time for a Power 5 league in a bowl season, minimum of 5 games, according to ESPN. The Big Ten, meanwhile, is a sparkling 7-0 with 1 game to go. It's up to Jim Harbaugh's Michigan Wolverines, against South Carolina, to keep the record perfect. The SEC hasn't lit up the night, either, at only 1-3. But the league, whose motto is "it just means more," does have a chance to turn that around with 5 games left to play. Of course, bowl records aren't necessarily all that telling, and bragging rights in the end likely will come down to who wins the championship in the college football playoff. In that race, the Big Ten and the Pac-12, for that matter, are out of the running. The SEC, ACC and Big 12 will have a say there. The conference records, courtesy of the NCAA, record: 3-3 wins, Temple, South Florida, Navy losses, SMU, Houston, Memphis. Upcoming games: Auburn vs. UCF, record: 4-5 wins, Duke, Florida State, Wake Forest, NC State losses, Boston College, Virginia, Virginia Tech, Louisville, Miami, Florida. Upcoming games: number 1 Clemson vs. number 4 Alabama, record: 7-0 wins, Iowa, Purdue, Michigan State, Northwestern, Ohio State, Penn State, Wisconsin. Upcoming games: Michigan vs. South Carolina, record: 5-2 wins, Kansas State, Iowa State, Texas, Oklahoma State, TCU losses, Texas Tech, West Virginia. Upcoming games: number 2 Oklahoma vs. number 3 Georgia, record: 4-5 wins, Florida Atlantic, Louisiana Tech, Marshall, Middle Tennessee losses, North Texas, Temple, Western Kentucky, Southern Miss, record: 1-4 wins, Ohio losses, Akron, Central Michigan, Toledo, Northern Illinois, record: 3-3 wins, Boise State, Wyoming, Fresno State losses, Colorado State, San Diego State, Utah State, record: 1-8 wins, Utah losses, Oregon, UCLA, Arizona, Stanford, Washington State, Arizona State, USC, Washington, record: 1-3 wins, Mississippi State losses, Missouri, Texas A&M, Kentucky. Upcoming games: Michigan vs. South Carolina, Auburn vs. UCF, Notre Dame vs. LSU, number 2 Oklahoma vs. number 3 Georgia, number 1 Clemson vs. number 4 Alabama, record: 4-1 wins, Georgia State, Troy, Appalachian State, New Mexico State losses, Arkansas State, record: 1-0 wins, Army. Upcoming games: Notre Dame vs. LSU,